Good morning, everybody. Happy hump day.
What's going on, everybody?
Good morning, everybody. Thanks. Is that you? What the hell?
Hey, you don't look at me.
Jesus, that wasn't me. I said it, but
You
good
said it.
gosh. Put me on blast.
I was just retweeting the thing.
Yep. I'll just retweet it too.
You're the one who's embarrassed by yourself.
I'm not embarrassed ever. I'm 46 years old. What at right 840? Oh. It's my favorite.
Hey,
Morning,
Claire. We're getting through the week, Bill Hooks.
We are. Don't we always?
How about those Royals?
Let's go. Congrats. They're in a good spot.
Damn right they
We're
are.
gonna open up with that. What in the? Okay. Morning, Shane. What up, brother? Brother.
Good morning, Nora. Good morning, Nora. Why are you laughing?
Is it? You're the best.
I'm just saying hi.
Yeah.
You're making me feel weird.
What? You make yourself feel weird.
No, you make myself feel weird.
Morning, Greg. He said, "What do you mean I'm always late?"
Nobody said that.
Greg, he tagged me on a Facebook post, and I instantly wanted to ask my wife. Check out which door. It's a whiskey pocket door.
Cool.
I instantly started looking around the house. She's like, "What are you looking for?" I'm like, looking for a pocket door.
Wait, you think you have one?
I don't know. No, probably not. But it'd be awesome to create something like that.
Yeah. When you put that bar in the basement.
No, that'll never happen. What do you mean I'm always late?
Who said that?
I don't know. He's got a bone to pick, it seems like.
Excuse me. Is Big Ten Media Days today?
Tomorrow. Late I believe right now with the women. I think Amy Waven's on the stage right now.
Oh, really? Okay.
You know. Tomorrow's the men. Hook should do one of those secret doors that look like a bookshelf. Yes.
Yeah, you could do it in your
this cigar room.
Yeah.
It's a cigar looking room.
Yeah, you could do that.
Mm.
That probably wouldn't even be that hard to do.
Like a button that turns it out and brings it in.
Well, no, what you do is there's
Morning,
a book.
sir. Oh, you
pull the book like in Scooby-Doo. Bill did yesterday when you were guessing who's next on.
I called you late. My bad.
I like when Bill gets blamed for things.
Yeah, it's normal. Live my life. It's always that way. And I have big shoulders. I'll take it. Sometimes it's the cross we bear, you know.
Yeah.
Done that a lot in my life. Did it on Monday. Husker Talk, Henry T, NFL. Boy, talk about hot seats.
Yes, I do like Scooby-Doo.
I used to love Scooby-Doo. Where are you?
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you?
Let's go.
We got some work to do now.
Raggy.
Raggy. Zoink, Scoob.
Gosh.
Let's get out of here. Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Oh, ask Will, what's your favorite Scooby-Doo movie or movies? We gotta say that for tomorrow, don't we?
Yeah.
Or is that a bonus? Is this a bonus question?
I guess so, yeah.
First lady can ask whatever she wants when she wants.
Exactly.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR. Let's get it crunk up on that fun up in this dancery. We got y'all open now.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy hump day. Welcome in the Morning Hookup. Bill Hucks, Will Wilson. You guys are on fire this morning. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us so early on the X, on the Facebook. hanging out with us on 101.5 or 1240 a.m. Wherever you're at, we appreciate you.
A Wednesday in Lincoln.
A Wednesday in Lincoln. Nora was asking a question, and she said, oops, thought it was Thursday.
Yeah.
That's all right.
It happens.
Doesn't matter. You're the first lady. Do what you want.
We could save that question for tomorrow. We could just remember what she asks and do it tomorrow. Although, now that we have Marco on Thursday, Ask Will might be better on Wednesday. I could be wrong.
It could be. It could be after tea. We have tea, though, as well. We have tea.
I know. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Because Marco, that segment's been running long.
We'll figure that out. Maybe our first segment on Thursday needs to be a little bit shorter.
Yeah, it does.
I'll shut up.
Yeah,
more.
you need to quit yapping.
I'll shut up.
You need to quit talking so much.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, deal.
Got it. I can stop being me. I'll quit being me. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
A lot to talk about today. We'll talk playoffs, Major League Baseball playoffs here in a minute. Sorry, Schmitty's shirt that he's wearing was like, whoa.
No, it's one of those.
Yeah, it's like a traffic patrol.
Oh, okay.
NFL, we'll talk hot seats, headlines coming out of the NFL. There's a lot of them, especially after a big-time receiver said, it's about time I leave.
Yeah, not
Trade
shocking.
Away. Not shocking. Also, a little bit of Husker talk. Start digging into Rutgers. Rutgers offense versus Nebraska defense. I have a few stats that were thrown out there.
Okay.
And which one is going to give?
All right.
Which one's going to give? Both of these stats, one is a top 15 of something and one's a top 12 of something.
Mm-hmm.
What gives? And the pressures that Rutgers has not faced yet. How about that?
I like it.
There's a lot there. There's a lot there.
So
Will,
how are you?
I'm great.
Good.
I'm great. You know what? I was thinking about this on the way in. Like, there's certain days of the week people just love, right? And it's easy to say Friday or Saturday, right? It's easy to say those. Wednesdays are my day. It's my day that I take off and I golf on Wednesdays. I look forward to I look forward every day to coming hanging out with you and doing the show and talking to everybody because it's a passion. It's a love that I to do. But I also get to leave here and have such great people around me that every Wednesday I go play with a bunch of dudes that are just cool dudes. I've been doing it for 20 years at different golf courses. I look forward to it every week. And then I get to go home and we have nothing on Wednesdays as a family. Like, we don't have kid events. I just look forward to Wednesdays.
Well, that's interesting because
are there days that you look forward to, like, or days or events? You know what I'm saying, right? Like, it's easy to go, well, Friday, because we're done for the week and it's Husker football on Saturday.
No, I got to be honest. There's not a day I don't work. Literally, Monday through Sunday, I'm doing some sort of work on a day.
Yeah.
So, meaning I don't have a day off.
I get that.
I don't really look forward to any day.
Any day? Well,
I really don't. Friday, I guess.
We need to get you somewhere to be, man. That's a bad spot.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, man.
You just need to find a day where it's like, that's the day I look forward to. I look forward to the day, like Wednesdays are days like they're wide open because honestly, we do the show. I go there and hang out, and I still get to go home and hang out with the fam. We go out to dinner sometimes. We sit on the patio. Like Wednesdays are like we have nothing to do.
I guess I look forward to Fridays. I guess.
You don't typically work on Fridays, though, do you? Friday nights at the bar, right?
No, but I work here.
Yeah, but that's like normal.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Though.
That's normal.
But it's work, and I really don't ever have a day off.
Yeah. Well, some days when you say
I'm
you're
a hard-working man.
Some days when you say you're going somewhere, you're not really,
Yeah. Would you shut up?
How are you this morning?
Going back to what you said about you liking Wednesdays, I mean, it's very similar to I've never heard anybody say they were jealous of John Madden. Just like I've never heard anybody say they love Wednesdays.
Wednesdays are great, man.
It's interesting.
For a lot of different reasons. And Greg, you are right. Bill doesn't remember what he said yesterday. Do you think he'll remember a question from today? Hell no. You better write that down. Come on, Will. That's a fail. You could have scored points with Nora by saying, any day I get to see her. Epic fail.
You're right. I could have said
well
that.
Done.
I could have said that, but I know what she would have said. She
Right.
would have said, stupid.
Ryan 840 also says, grind, Will. It will pay off. It will.
Yeah.
Hard work pays off. Speaking of that, hard work, man. What about the Major League Baseball playoffs yesterday? A lot of these teams, all these teams have worked hard all year for 162 to get where they are. And you got some really good games yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. I would say the theme of this entire thing, 3 of the 4 games was pitching.
Yep.
That's the theme of 3 of the 4. Pitching prevailed yesterday. in 3 of these 4 games. Obviously, you got a couple guys that were rested, and because most of these teams had clinched already before, right? Like besides the Mets and Braves, these were done, I don't know, a few games back, right? So dudes got some rest. Boy, Tigers go out. Boy, your presumed AL Cy Young winner showed out. 1 run, 7 hits. He went 6 innings, 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, and a walk against a pretty good lineup in the Astros. Tigers continue their run by getting game 1 3-1. How about that? Then you moved on. In the middle of that, you got game 2 as you were gone. You were watching it from first pitch on. Pitching prevailed again. How about Reagan's? 6 innings, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts. Is that 8? 8 strikeouts.
Yeah.
Again, also look on the other side, though, pitching. Burns, 6. Well, he went 8. 5 hits, 1 run, 3 and a walk.
Burns was really good.
There was only 10 hits in this entire game.
Yeah.
1 run, 5 hits for the Royals. They get the win on 0 runs, 5 hits for the Orioles. Game 1 goes to your Royals.
It was amazing. Me and my buddy Red, we watched the whole game. We were just jacked, so excited. What a win for the Royals. There's a few things in that game that was awesome. Reagan's got out of some really big jams. I mean, there was times where they had a runner on third, multiple guys on with 1 out, 2 outs, and he got out of it.
Yeah.
And he could have went longer. They actually took him out of the game because he was having calf cramps, which I don't know how. Yeah, you pitched. Would it be hard to pitch with calf cramps?
Yeah,
it would.
The bottom half has to work as a pitcher, man.
Oh, okay.
Bottom half has to work.
Well, it worked. They brought in a guy who they got in free agency, and he was nails. It was just a glorious win for the Royals. And I saw this stat. I'm going to bring it up to you real quick.
I love stats, especially when it comes to types of games and when the games are.
I thought the number was like
you thought it'd be higher?
I thought it was like 16, but it's lower than that. Since the new wild card format started, the team that won game 1 is 8-0 and taken the series and swept it 7 of the 8 times.
Wow.
So basically,
game 1s are big.
You want to win that first game.
It's across the board when you do it like you're in a series, right? Game 1.
Yes.
Game 1, and especially if you're pitching well and you're not having to utilize most of your bullpen, especially in short series.
Yep.
Because in these short series, the bullpen will be pressured. It'll be asked to do it back-to-back days because they play again today, right? So you get starting pitching to get you 6-7 innings. Boy, that just makes your bullpen so much better. The third game of the day, you had the Mets Brewers. That was a really good game, 4-3 until the Mets opened up with a 5-run fifth, 8-4, blanked the rest of the game. Mets, boy, jumped on one and got number 1 in Milwaukee.
I mean, there's a lot of people that think the Mets could make the World Series.
People said, watch out for the Mets. I mean, again, when you're playing well going into series to the you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and I mean, just look at the Orioles. Since the All-Star break, they haven't been very good.
No,
and look at their offense wasn't that good, So
in I guess you won't call it the last game. Braves lose 4-0. You look at that; they got pretty good pitching across the board from everyone. Padres, man, open up that thing with a 2-run blast by Tatis in the first. They get another sac fly, another home run. There you go, 4 runs on 5 hits. Braves scatter 7 hits. Also striking out 12 times in the game. Boom, 4-0. Blinked.
And
Padres are hot, man. They're a good team.
Well, and you said yesterday the Braves were done.
I don't know if they're going to have to hit their way out of this from the pitching side. They just don't. Now, today they're going to go. They'll get a former, I believe, All-Star, Max Fried will get a chance to go today against Joe Musgrave.
So this new Musgrove, who's actually a pretty good pitcher.
Yep.
So this wild card format, it's been 3 years.
Yep.
Did you like the old format
with the one game No,
you didn't like that.
No, get to the series. Let's go. I think it's you fight all year long to have one game decide. No.
Yeah.
Got to have a series.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
Tigers go today 132. Tigers, Astros, Holton versus Brown in that game. Astros are heavily favored in that game today. Also, boy, talking about your Royals, man, they're in a good spot. The Orioles are favored by It's minus 150. Not the Orioles. Sorry, Orioles. But
It's-
you're sending your guy. You're sending Orioles.
Well, yeah, it sounds similar.
I know, but you're sending your guy. Lugo to the bump.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I
in
mean,
that one.
we said if the Royals pitching shows up, we could pitch. We just can't hit. Our hitting is not the best, especially in the last half of
man,
this season.
I'm a big believer in that. It's those things you talked about, Reagan, yesterday, though, right? Like if you get good pitching, it's like defense in football, right? And you get key outs. It's also a lot is on the manager and the bullpen, making the right call at the right time to get your guy out.
Yeah, and they made a great call. They brought in Chris Bubich yesterday.
Watch your mouth.
They did, and he was he got 2 on, and they quickly got him out there. They quickly took him out. That was a really good move.
You know, it's a lot of that going back and forth, making the right calls, because it's just like when you're playing college basketball, you have the non-conference and conference changes, right? Changes your rotation. Same thing when you get into a playoff situation. Your patience and your ability to manage grows thin. It's like a thin line of when you're making moves.
Right. I love this.
It's a lot
so
of
much fun.
So you get to do it again today.
Gosh, the Royals could clinch. How exciting. Then they take on the Yankees.
Well, boy, there's a couple. I mean, talking about pressure today. I mean, obviously you look out there and go, well, where's the pressure lie? It lies on the home team Astros today. They won the division. You got a wild card team that snuck in by winning a ton of games in the second half.
And by the way, the end of that Tigers game, Hayward.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's just
Missile.
He striked that thing.
And then right at the guy. It's baseball. Yeah. Royals, I think they don't have any pressure. I think the Orioles have all the pressure. They're the home team who battled in the AL East forever. The Royals got it done late. Brewers, they won the division. Pressure is there. How do they handle it? Right? Can the Braves figure out a way to beat a hot team on the road? Don't know.
Probably not.
Need an outer body experience of Max Fried today, okay?
Yeah.
We're going to need that.
How many
not
series?
I don't love my Braves. I have not hopped off, but because people were texting me from back home. Dude, what are you talking about? I'm like, let's just be honest. Like, when your lack of pitching and your ace is hurt, he's not even on the roster. Sale's not even on the roster. You got to find a way to hit your way out of this, right?
By the way, it was a big deal that the pitcher for the Astros, why can't I think of his name? Verlander.
Oh, Verlander out.
It was a big deal that he didn't make the roster.
Yeah, out on the outs. So more baseball today. Afternoon baseball. You gonna be able to watch again today?
Yeah, I'll be opening the bar.
Oh, yeah,
when it's on. So
just go in early if you have to. Go in there and get it open.
Well, if I go in any earlier, Moats might strangle me. So let's not do that.
Yeah. Also, by the way, before we take a break here, I document. Remember, we always talk about documentaries and stuff that we like to watch. I just finished the Netflix Vince McMahon.
Oh, how is it?
Amazing.
Is it good?
It's crazy.
Maybe I'll give it a watch.
It's insane. I binge watched it like in 3 days.
I'm gonna finish the Aaron Hernandez thing.
Now that's what I'm going back to now because I
think the new episode came out last night.
I couldn't get that one done because I gotta find a time when my kids aren't around.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
You don't want
they're
kids
always there.
that.
Not always there, but if the TV's on, it's a sporting event. Like this morning, the Vince McMahon one I've been watching at 5:30 in the morning. They're not awake yet. Or late at night when they're asleep. Like they go to bed at 10.
Hold on. Is the Vince McMahon doc that bad the kids can't watch?
No, there's just it's not bad, but there's like a lot of, I don't know, what do you call them? Like promiscuous views, that young kids should not be exposed to, or conversations about harassments and trafficking and things like that I think you should, at some point they'll learn about it, but it's probably not through a Netflix documentary of, like my kids like wrestling. Like I used to watch wrestling all the time growing up, but this isn't truly just about wrestling. It's about Vince McMahon and the empire and the narcissist that he is.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll give it a watch. Definitely.
So you know what I'm saying? So, all right, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to turn our attention to this guy, this legend. He's there. Henry T. Buchanan.
You're listening to the Morning Hookup with Bill Hooks and Will Wilson More coming up.
What's up, fellas?
What up, T?
What's up, Bill? What's up, Will? I was just talking to my nephew, man. Him and my niece just went on a walk, and I said that was a quick walk. Would y'all do 5 blocks?
How's the heat there though? Is it hot?
Yeah, man, it's hot. It's hot. It was so hot. I played I told you about the golf tournament. I lasted nine holes, or did I tell you?
How did we heard that one?
With Chad, and it's and I maybe because I've been away for about a month, and I was used to the Indiana, Michigan, and Nebraska weather, and I came back and I couldn't last more than nine holes, and I was drinking plenty of water, and you name it.
Problem is
You
out
walked
there.
off?
The problem is
No, I stayed in the cart. And I just
Oh.
deserved it, and it was probably better off because I gave Chad 2 shots.
Yeah, probably a good thing.
problem is out there when it gets, and again, T, you've been out there a long time. When you get out there playing golf in heat, in that kind of heat,
Yeah,
you got to drink what? Because you damn near don't sweat.
no, you don't. But man, I just and you just don't know how it's impacting you until you just start getting lightheaded. It's like, what is it? I'm not feeling well, and that's the first time it's happened to me out here since I've been out here, and it caught me by surprise because I was hanging in there, and all of a sudden, man, and I was like, no, this is, I was bending over to get my ball, and I was like, oh man, this is not right. So I just said, hey man, y'all go ahead and take over, man. I'll be your cheerleader.
I'm all about that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Hey man, I just heard y'all talk about Vince McMahon, man. I used to be a WWE, WWF fan all back in the day, and heck, that's why I called Luke Gifford Dick the Bruiser. When he's a kid, he reminded me of Dick the Bruiser, so that's how I gave him his nickname is Dick the Bruiser.
That's awesome. That's
For me.
I just finished watching the I think it's a 6-episode documentary on Netflix.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. The ins and outs of how he started, about his dad and all that. So he goes through everything.
Yeah,
all the way up and through the federal investigation lawsuits.
Yeah, and I watched it when when his kids grew up and became prevalent in the in the WWE, and I remember back, golly, with the Crusher, Bobo Brazil, and you Baron Bronrowski, and the Andre the Giant.
Oh,
yeah, I remember back the Sheik.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
All the way up through, fast forward to the Rock and Roll Express, the Road Warriors.
Yeah, but
Just the Rose, the American Dream.
But you know who watches it religiously?
Shoe.
Yes.
Nah, well, how'd I guess that?
I was gonna guess Shoe too.
Yes, he doesn't miss a beat. He doesn't miss
Still
a
to
beat.
this day. Boy,
Still to this day. And
got
he'll call me and I'm watching basketball, and I have to remind him that a game is on. Oh man, I'm watching my WWE. Man,
as a future possible councilman, he better watch out what he's watching.
no kidding. No kidding.
You gotta start doing different, man. I'm waiting to see when I see him driving around the road with his hand out going like this.
Hey, and actually he goes to the matches like if they're in Omaha or Pinnacle. Oh, he doesn't miss them when they come to Nebraska.
Oh my
Sit tight,
gosh.
guys. Sit tight.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Happy hump day. It is that time of the week. It's got to be one of our favorite times of the week, right? Because we get so much energy, and when people are struggling through the middle of the week and can't get over the hump, we're gonna like hold this. We got Henry T. Buchanan. What up, T?
What's up, Bill? What's up, Will? Man, hey, love it. It's just some good stuff, man. And I caught y'all talking about Vince McMahon and the WWE and the wrestling. And of course, I haven't seen that documentary, the 6-part series on Netflix or anything like that. Telling you about Luke Gifford and why I call him Dick the Bruiser. Dick the Bruiser was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up in the 70s and watching him 60s and 70s and watching him dominate with the Crusher and Bobo Brazil and all those guys. And yes, and then of course letting you all know that one of our favorite listeners and potential for future councilman. I'm just going to say future councilman. I'm that confident in my man. And that's he religiously watches WWE, and he can tell you all about the current wrestlers. I can't tell you about the current wrestlers. I haven't really watched this since Steve Cole and The Rock and the Ultimate Warrior and those guys, and so I really hadn't gotten into it. And that's when I lived in Lincoln. I was him and I used to call each other on Wednesdays and just and talk about our favorite wrestlers and all that good stuff. And they had some great plaques back then, and it's just it's different. And when I don't recognize you and the personality is a lot different. And I'm sure they got some of the guys that probably was just getting started when I was watching it, but I just haven't kept up with it. But the nature boy now,
woo,
he's legendary now, and Hulk Hogan and all those guys, and Andre. Hey man, just think about it, man. They've had some characters and very entertaining. And I remember back in the day when they would bleed and things that sort of. And I really, and I said you didn't mess with those guys. And I think who was it? Hulk Hogan was in an interview with someone, and they were questioning the validity of wrestling about being
fight him.
Yes, who was that? Was it the guy that was the Everett guy? The one was calling.
I can't remember, but yeah, if you would have told me back in the day you tried to question wresling was fake, I'd have beat you up too.
Oh yeah. No, it was the real deal, and we used to wrestle at home with it was entertaining back then, and that between them and the Indiana Pacers was my thing.
The Ryan 840 gave us a Rock reference, and he says, "Dare I say the People's Councilman?"
Yes, sir.
Wow. People's Councilman. Again, we got Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan hanging out with us. T, I want to ask you about, man. It was a sad day. Was it yesterday? It was Saturday. Yesterday before. Talk about a few guys like Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose, right?
Yes.
I know it's a two-sided thing. You got to talk about the sport and the gambling, but also Matumbo.
I'll be honest with you, and I know it's the rules and regulations, but I can care less about the betting, because it's what he did on the field. And when you talk about Charlie Hustle, and I remember that, and I'm still a Cincinnati Reds fan, and because Cincinnati Reds was the closest Major League Baseball team to Muncie, Indiana, and I grew up watching them when they were dominating back in the 70s. And I just remember Pete Rose, Johnny Bench, Joe Morgan, Dave Concepcion, and you name them, and Dan Dreesen, and I mean they were Geronimo. I mean, I knew the whole roster and how dominant they were, and how dominant Pete Rose was, and then and how devastating he was at the plate, and the hustle. I remember watching that All-Star game where he ended that poor catcher's career, didn't he? When he yes, and that was an All-Star game, and Pete never took a night off, and I've always thought that they have a lot more worse people that's already inducted in the Hall of Fame than what Pete Rose did, and of course I don't think he ever admitted it, did he?
Yes, he did years later say that he should have come out and actually admitted it earlier.
Yeah, earlier. Yeah, okay. But it is a rule, and I get it. But it's just when you got one of the best of all time that's not enshrined, that's just a tough pill to swallow, especially if you're a Reds fan and watched him play, back in the day, and you don't see a Pete Rose in today's game. Charlie Hustle and a dominant third baseman, and the guy was the truth, and he's still one of the best of all time. He's definitely in the top 10 of all time, if not getting close to the top 5. He's one of the both. If you want to talk about all around players, he's defensively, hustle, batting. He's still our career batting leader, isn't he? Or
Yep. Well, he has the most hits.
Most hits.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. He still has the top. Over 4,000 hits or something crazy.
4,256, I believe.
Is that ever going to get called? Is anybody going to?
I don't think so.
No way.
No, he had 10 seasons or more of 200. He had 10 seasons of 200 plus hits.
Come on, man. And it was and steroids back then wasn't even heard of. So you can't even bring up steroids. That was just natural talent. So I mean, of course, I'm biased because I'm a Reds fan, but I'm a realist as well. And if anybody that deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, it's him. And hopefully, and unfortunately, if they do, and I'm sure they will, he won't be alive to appreciate it, and I know he fought for it and things of that sort, but that's the world we live in, and we all live vicariously for him and celebrate it, in his passing. But he's not the only one, Mutombo,
Yes.
You got Mutombo, who was one of the most dominant defenders, shot blockers that we've ever seen in the NBA. And people don't realize is what he did after the NBA, the hospitals and things that he did for his country and the sacrifices that he made. And it's just interesting that, both of these guys, normally you hear about a sickness or illness or something like this. And, you just happen to be watching, I'm watching ESPN and I'm just watching and all of a sudden it pops up like Mutombo passed away of brain cancer. Like what just happened? And Pete Rose, I don't know. I still don't have it.
They said natural causes.
Natural causes, okay. And then you talk about a couple of actors and entertainers with John Amos from The Good Times, and people don't realize Chris Christopherson. I remember him in the Blade movies, as his sidekick, and in the Blade movies, and that's 4 people, and every day is not promising. I tell everybody, we talk about getting checkups with the doctor, catching things early on, and keeping yourself in a healthy way, man. And it's just serious, and natural causes, like, when it's your time, I guess it's your time. And, the brain cancer, I can't speak on it. I'm a cancer survivor myself, but not brain cancer. And so I understand the importance of health and your daily checkups and weekly and your physicals and wellness exams, and that people kind of ignore, or you feel a pain in your body, you ignore it until it's too late. And I would share with anyone that that if you don't have a doctor, you need to get one and follow your doctor's directions if you want to continue living in this world in a healthy way. Go ahead, Bill.
No, I was going to ask you. That's perfect. I wanted Will, because I know I want him to do this. Will you give me your Dikembe Mutombo?
Dikembe Mutombo.
I love it. Hey, and did y'all ever see that clip with him and Michael Jordan in an All-Star game, and they're in the training room, and Mutombo's telling he's never dunked on him and things of that sort, and Patrick Ewing, everybody's in there warning Mutombo. Don't say that and things of that sort. And the next thing you know, I don't know if it's the next game when he dunks on him and give him the finger.
Yep. and Jordan's the one that got teed up.
Yes, but could you imagine playing against someone like that? Playing in Division I at the highest level from a collegiate standpoint is very competitive, and you play against some of the best in the world and at that level. But going to the next level, and you're the best of the best, and you still have a guy that's in the middle that you can't score on. Or you can't get a layup on, per se, because of the timing and the athletic ability and just the length and trying to shoot over someone like that. We don't have those shot blockers now. Even the big guys we have, with the Joker and Embiid and even when you talk about some of the 7-footers who are considered our rim protectors, they're still not blocking 3 or 4 shots a game. They'll get one here and there. I know they're more athletic nowadays, but we just don't see that dominance in the middle like we used to, and the pride in defense and the Shaqs in them where you don't want to come in the middle. I see all these clips all the time in social media where these guys, I think it was Dominic Wilkins was talking about when he's a rookie, and he dunked on golly, who was it? It was a big time center. Oh, it was Chocolate Thunder. He dunked on Chocolate Thunder.
Oh yes.
For Philadelphia 76. And he the next time he came in there, he tried the same thing and he just knocked the crap out of him. I guess he threw him a forearm in the chest and just knocked him down and just told him, don't ever come in there and do that again. Go shoot your free throws, young man. And that's the way the game was played back then, where all that, dunking and screaming in somebody's face. Next time you come down there, you were going to feel somebody. Could you imagine playing against, Kevin McHale? Remember he clotheslined Kurt Rambis, or the bad boys of the Detroit. And I know Yanni's listening to this. He's a big Detroit Pistons fan, and it just trying to go to the basket against any of those guys, and the punishment that you would take back then, the New York Knicks back then, how physical they were, the Lakers, and that was this way the basketball was played. And I know in today's game, they try to do a comparison, and could some of these guys play back then versus those guys playing in this era? We'll never know. But basketball is still entertaining. I don't care what era it is and what year you're watching it. I can start back in the 70s when I started watching it, and basketball has always been one of the most beautiful, graceful sports to watch. It ain't about, it just takes skills to play a game of basketball. And if you don't play basketball, you'll never understand it. But I guarantee if you watch it, you're entertained.
T, let's go to football, man. We picked up an ugly win over Purdue, but hey, a win's a win, and now we're only 2 more wins until a bowl game. How are you feeling about Rutgers coming to town?
Well, Rutgers is 4-0. I haven't seen them play, and I can't speak on that. I am having a Husker watch party at the house with all the some of my Husker buddies, and D Vic. He's bringing some of his famous smoked wings over, and I have a few more Huskers. Marcel Johnson, he's a former baseball player. He'll be coming over, and we'll have a few, several Husker fans and rooting them on. But I found out last week, and I'm going to do it again. And I'm not even superstitious, but I do have this white Husker football. I rarely wear a Husker football shirt, so I have this white Husker football shirt that we're undefeated with me wearing that shirt. Watching that game. And when I was in Nebraska in the Illinois game, I did not wear it. I wore something else, and we lost. So I'm wearing my white football shirt and hopefully bring on that. But it's not even luck, man. We're good. I mean, Illinois was good, and they gave Penn State all they want. So I'm just gonna say, man, we got beat by a good team. I'm not gonna say they're better. I still think we were better. We just the field goal kicking, some couple of things. I'm not going to blame the field goal kicker. We lost. But I wish I've seen Rutgers play, but they're coming into a environment that the fans are ready. And like you just said, Bill and Will, we got we're 2 games away from a automatic bowl bid.
Yep.
That our fans haven't seen in a while. And it's where we lived. When Coach Osborne was there, was it 25 straight years bowls, and that's not counting the championships prior to him taking it over, and the championships that he won. And then of course Frank Solich did his thing. Then we had a load, and of course Bo Pelini come in and win 7 years, won 9 games, 7 straight years, and some bowls. Then we just now ever since Bo, we just kind of been in a low. So it looks like we got an opportunity to at least make it to the bowl. But I want to get to a big. I want to win big. And I know people thinking, oh, we're going to win. I'm hearing people say, oh, we're going to win 7 games. I hear 8. Man, I'm going 9. So I mean, I think we can beat everybody. In the toughest game we got, I think, is going to be on the road against Ohio State and the USC. Let's just be honest, they'll be tough.
Mm-hmm.
But Ohio State on the road is definitely going to be a tough game. And the USC, I think we can beat everybody else. And that's only going to give us what, 8-3, maybe nine wins or something like that. And I'm not counting beating USC, and just based upon, because we're only going to get better. Think about it. We're only going to get better. We're not going backwards. We're getting ready. These kids know how to win, and I just see some big things happening. And you never know. Hey, I know this is a stretch, but there are 12 teams that's going to get selected for the playoffs.
Yep.
And the two best conferences is the Big Ten and the SEC. So
Who knows?
You got to figure several teams for those two conferences are coming. And I know Michigan is on a low right now, but they're still Michigan and the defending champions. Penn State's playing well. USC, you got Oregon. So it's wide open out there. So it's gonna be interesting. But right now, I think our fans will be happy. With the bowl. But I want to get back to our championship pedigree.
Again, we're speaking to Husker legend Henry T. Buchanan. T, I want to talk a little hoops, kind of big picture hoops here a little bit, because obviously we're up at Big Ten Media Days. They're going to talk tomorrow. We're here from Coach Hoiberg and hear from Bryce and Jawan, who are up there. But I want to ask you about, you've seen a lot, like we don't have official preseason rankings yet, but everything you hear from, I've heard, I don't know, 10 to 12, somewhere in there.
I've heard 14 to 15.
14 to 15. Robin Washut put his out, I believe it's at 10 out there. But looking at that, the question being is, do you like if you come out at 10, does that is it motivation for Nebraska, or is that like, who cares about that? And they know nothing about us because of how many transfers we have.
I'm going to talk about total disrespect, and why I say this is, how do we finish third in the conference? And every team is being impacted by the transfer portal. And I didn't hear the rankings because I know last year we were in one of the top from a transfer portal perspective. We got with Mass and some of the guys. We got Bryce coming. Well, whatever that class was last year, where they ranked us in one of the tops in the country from a transfer portal perspective. But it's impacting everybody. Everybody in the Big Ten is being impacted by the transfer portal. And I would put our class of guys coming in. When you talk about Raleigh, you talk about Braxton, and you talk about Gavin. I mean, we got and maybe because of their roles that they played, don't get me wrong. Now Raleigh, I mean, he was a starter. I mean, this guy got 500 assists, 1,000 points. I mean, he's a stud. You got Euless, who was a part-time starter down there at Iowa. You got Bryce being able to play in his natural position. We got a legitimate big man that's going to be able to clog the middle. We talk about the Matumbo types to be able to be a rim protector, defend. And trust me, I'm still got bets odds on he's going to shatter a backboard when you watch him throw it down. We're deep. This is by this. I don't want to say by far because I don't want to disrespect any of our prior Nebraska basketball teams, but from a depth perspective, this is one of the deepest teams that I've ever seen Nebraska have on one roster, where we got 2 to 3 people in this at each position that can contribute and make an impact in the game. Now, Bernard Day sent we got a big group chat of former Huskers with, a lot of the legends, of course, on it. I'm talking D-Vic and Hoppin and Brian Carr, you name it, they're on this Bo Reed, we're there, this text list. And he finally went to a practice, not realizing I done seen about 5 or 6 practices already. So I'm good. So he goes to practice yesterday and gives his assessment.
No.
What happened?
He left the stream.
He's back.
Hold on.
Put him back.
Here we go. We got him back.
There you are.
Whatever. but back to Bernard, and I'm sorry that I don't know what happened there, but his comment was that he does like what he see. Braxton had a little tweaked ankle, but he wasn't able to. He didn't see him practice, but he saw everybody else. He said this team looks very, very good, and he says he can't wait to watch him in competition. But that's with every team, and I know, when is it? In a couple of days, what is it? Friday, we're having our deal at the rail yard, which
Yep.
is interesting because it's outside, and and I know today's players is not used to playing out there on that concrete, and I'm assuming they maybe gonna have a mat or something out there. I don't know how that's gonna go ahead.
They're not playing. They're not.
They're not?
It's a meet and greet. Now, T, I don't know if you saw this. There's just a meet and greet out there, but they did announce this. They are going to play the red-white. There is a red-white scrimmage, October 13th at 2:00. Guess where they're playing it at?
Oh, sweet.
But guess where they're gonna? I guess where they're gonna play it at?
Where?
The Bob.
band?
The Bob.
Oh man, are you kidding me?
Yep, they're gonna go Sunday that 13th. They're gonna play at the Bob.
No kidding.
Yep.
Oh man, see, I've been in Nebraska so many times this year, and golly, I wish I could be back. That's legendary. Bob Devaney is legendary, and I love what the volleyball team is doing there, doing for the Bob Devaney and selling it out like we used to, and that's gonna be awesome. And they're gonna love that floor. Now I'm assuming that's the same floor, because the floor I don't know, but the floor we played on was definitely the best floor in the Big 8 at the time, and I'm talking 30 years ago, so I'm sure it's a new floor. But that's awesome. That's music to my ears, and just the history there. You got some legends there. The Andre Smiths. I mean, we go way back. That was right after the Coliseum, and when they brought and the Vanny came in the early 80s, late 70s. No, late 70s.
Late 70s, probably.
Late 70s. I think Brian Banks played in the Bob Devaney. That's pretty awesome. And now the women, are they doing theirs then?
I don't know when they're doing theirs. Let me look.
I thought it was together. I thought they
Are
were
they doing
doing
it
the
together?
rail yard.
The rail yard's together,
Yeah.
but I know that they.
The rail yards together. Oh, so they might be doing the same thing then.
But the men announced. I know the men announced that they're going to have the red white at the Bob. Women have not. They just got the this Friday night, 7:00 at the rail yard.
Oh, well, and I did get a chance to talk to Amy when I was walking into practice yesterday when I was in town, and she's feeling pretty good about her team. And y'all better watch out for that Britt Prince, man.
Yep, she can play.
Yo, she can flat out play, man. And you talking about, with what they have with Markowski and just, it's preseason first team there. And, I did try to get a player from out here in Phoenix there, and but I think she wanted to play at home, which is great. I'll get a chance to see her play. A 6'7", 6'8" here, but I'm looking forward to see what Amy Williams do with the women's program this year as well, and some of the recruiting and like I said, Britt's one of the top players in the country. So looking forward to see what she does. And hey, if you're not drinking the Kool-Aid yet, fellas, and I'm talking about the listeners because I know you are, you two are. Y'all better start drinking it, man, and sweeten it up, man, because y'all gonna be in for a treat this year. And I'm not gonna make any predictions, but I be doggone, we're gonna finish in the top 5 or higher.
Woo!
And I don't care what no one says. And the Big Ten is we're gonna surprise some folks. Because if you watch the practice and you watch how those guys, how hard they play, and I sent y'all the group text between me and Coach Hoiberg. Well, I didn't, I kind of told you about it, I guess. But, he asked me my opinion, and I just told him. And I said, I love the way this team plays together, how hard they play, and the togetherness. And I just think the coaching staff is doing a phenomenal job with this group. And guys, man, this team is confident. I mean, you ever just watch somebody walk with confidence? And they just
know.
Just viewing it, man, just watching those guys, every last one of them. And here's the kicker, and I was watching them scrimmage, and what stuck out to me at one time, I think it was Bryce's team. Bryce and Gavin's team was kind of winning all the scrimmages, and I remember hearing Raleigh, the point guard out of Utah, was on the other team, and they were, I was down where they were taking the ball out, and I just overheard him. That competitive nature, man. Let's get these dudes, man. We can't be losing like this. I mean, we're bringing it, and just watching that mentality, no intimidation, just like you got me now, then I'll get you tomorrow. And that's the mentality they have. And I just think it's going to be a fun team to watch this year. And the Big Ten, we are not finishing in 10th. We're not finishing 12th, 14th to 15th. We're going to be in that top 5. And this is just going without knowing what only person I know that transferred in from is Bala from Arizona going to Indiana. That's the only big time transfer that I'm aware of. And then I know other teams lost seniors, lost some seniors, and I'm sure they got the transfer pool, some good freshmen in there. But we are going to compete, fellas. Trust me. And it's not going to be. We'll be in the top 5, and I'm going ahead and throwing that out. And Coach Hoiberg is not going to say it, but I'm saying it.
T, man, always a pleasure, my friend, man. That's awesome stuff, and we can't wait to talk to you again soon, man. Take care of yourself. We'll talk to you real soon.
I appreciate it. Y'all. Take care, man, and prayers to all the entertainers and stars that we lost yesterday, and let's do right by others, fellas. Take care.
Awesome.
Right,
Thanks,
see you,
T. Good
T.
stuff right there, man. Henry T. Buchanan, a legend in every sense of the word, and love having him on with us. So let's take a break, and we'll come back. We'll do a little NFL and Husker segment.
You're listening to the Morning Hookup with Bill Hooks and Will Wilson. More coming up.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. That's good stuff.
Always.
He just brings it. Completely brings
He
it.
loves it.
I know. It's just a passion, man. It's awesome. Sarah actually thinks it's a 3-point contest. Huh.
Oh, really?
I didn't know. I didn't know what's going on.
Are you going to go?
No, Tanner's got flag football.
Oh, he's actually going to
Huh? Flag football, man. Friday. I got to go.
I was going to say, oh, he's going. He's
No,
going this
no.
time.
Yeah, this time he's going, damn it. Yeah, see? You got to spark me. That got settled. He has not missed practice or anything since that freaking disaster. He almost made me cuss. It made me cuss.
Oh, that was some funny stuff, man.
Somehow I turned out to be the bad guy. Did you know that? I got home, they were all pissed at me. Shane, oh, go ahead.
I want you to tell the story, but I think it's better if it's just
Hell no.
Yeah.
Shane, you're right. I have watched that one. There's an Urban Meyer, Florida documentary called The Swamp.
Yeah,
That's good too.
I remember when that came out, and I remember a lot of people saying that it was kind of a puff piece.
Well, kind of, but it didn't address all this stuff. That's why the Aaron Hernandez stuff was being addressed on its own.
Right.
You know?
That Aaron Hernandez show is good.
Yeah.
And it's
It's
just getting
crazy,
started too. I mean, you're just getting through what his life was in college, and
Is it me that I just want to wait until it's all done? That way I can just watch it all at once?
no, I mean, I don't blame you for that.
Waiting. I hate waiting on TV now. We're spoiled now. Hey, read that. You had that information on that. I just saw the same one. That's why I brought it up. Today's October 2nd tweet.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
yeah,
For
October
us
2nd.
lovers of sports.
Yeah, this is an important day because it is the last day without a college football or NFL game until November 27th.
Oh my gosh. How many days in a row we got to go
So
now?
starting tomorrow, that's 55 consecutive days of football.
Whoa. Sorry, all you significant others and spouses. Wow.
Yeah. Let us have this.
What are we watching tonight? I don't know what you're watching. but I
Oh,
know
we're
what I'm
watching
watching.
we're watching McNeese State and
Troy. Who cares?
Troy.
Who cares?
Happy half birthday, Sarah.
It's her half birthday?
Yeah.
Happy half birthday.
Half
What do you do?
birthday.
Do you celebrate half birthdays? Do you go out and
I never did.
get down?
I never did.
That's sweet. Like your half birthday's on a Wednesday. See, Wednesdays are awesome.
Yeah, you love Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you love Wednesdays.
I absolutely do. We'll talk NFL when we come back. We don't do Huskers.
Yeah, let's do NFL.
NFL. Okay.
Yeah.
I ate half a cake.
She ate half a cake.
I eat half a cake. She's gonna eat
Oh.
half a cake. That's great.
Yeah.
do everything half-assed today too.
Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Special thanks to Henry T. Buchanan, as always, not only hanging out with us, but providing so much energy and passion and love, my friend. Appreciate it so much. Boy, it's so funny because, like, what are we, 5 games in the NFL? Are we in week 5? I don't know.
Yeah, week 5.
Like, as we overreact and react to all each week, this is where it starts to get a little dicey with teams too. Like, for instance, if you watch the game on what was that, Thursday? I don't know. Monday night, the Dolphins, Tyreek Hill getting upset. His QB's not there. They got crap behind the center. He's getting frustrated. It's all turning out now that you got reports that now Devontae Adams, he's not happy. He wants, according to reports, he wants to be traded. Not getting his numbers, man. Not a part of the offense. Not going well. It's not happening.
Yeah. I mean, I love Gardner Minshew.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been a fan favorite, but he's not a guy that can consistently get guys the ball.
Nope. So this is out through the Athletic, and according now, the reports are the Pittsburgh Steelers are showing prelim interest, as well as both the Cowboys and the Jets.
Now the problem is this is a big contract. He's owed a lot of money. That's gonna be a thing that could slow this up. But they said they want a 2nd-round pick along with the package.
ESPN's also reporting, by the way, that the Jets and the Saints, top of his list.
Jets and the Saints.
Yep. If not a top, it's his personal wish list. Obviously, the Jets would be on there, right? Who's there?
Yeah.
Aaron.
Hey, this is Ryan.
Ryan, what's up?
Oh, guys, I just want to give you a big shout out to my favorite radio host for the birthday love from my son yesterday.
Yeah.
I let him listen to it after dinner and made the little guy smile. So
That's
thanks
awesome.
for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we wrapped up the season yesterday. Lincoln Broncos. Shout out to Jags.
Take that. Well, everybody,
Almost felt bad for little guys.
that sounds normal. The Jags, you shut out the Jags, and the Jags are crap in the NFL too.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Ernesto.
But, Lincoln Parks and Rec does a wonderful job. If you got a 1st grade to 3rd grade, man, that NFL sponsored flag football is awesome. So big shout out to them. The fields are great. The refs are great. They do a wonderful job with that. And you guys are the best. Thanks.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks,
That's awesome,
Ryan.
man. We really appreciate it, man. Thanks for hanging out with us as well. Well, you talked about maybe the terms. They're looking for a package that includes a 2nd-round draft pick plus other draft capital.
Yep. Yeah, I could see it not happening during the season, more like an off-season thing.
Well, they're in no hurry. They don't have to do this. Like, the Raiders can wait.
Right. And I don't know, give it some time. I mean, they've showed some promising games, I guess. They beat the Ravens, which is pretty impressive, but I don't know if they're going to be doing a lot. So
no, I don't think so.
But it's funny how common and it's always receivers. It's
Dude,
always receivers.
You've been a stud for so long. You can see it, right?
But in Tyreek's Hill case, like, yeah, you're not getting the ball, but look at your situation.
I know.
You're on your 3rd-string quarterback. What do you expect?
You talking about in Miami?
Yeah.
But here's the deal with Tyreek. I'm not saying he's going to, blah, blah, but in his situation, it's probably worse than the Raiders. You don't know if Tua's coming back.
Yeah.
You don't know what that situation is even like.
Mm-hmm.
That's an unspeculated. You don't know. Also, talking about reactions about these, CBS Sports put out the top 5 coaches with a hot seat. Give me your thoughts. They got the Bears at 5, 12-26 record with the Bears, and they already got the Jets guy. Well, there's a lot of turmoil maybe happening there. Sirianni, Philadelphia, Giants, Dayball, and they've got at the top of the list Jags, Doug Peterson.
Yeah,
12, 18, and 20 since getting there. So, man, we'll have a whole lot more tomorrow. Marco D'Angelo, WagerTalk.com. We'll jump in some Huskers and Rutgers tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Have a great hump day. We'll not catch you on a Thursday.